when you come for one of us, you get us all!
In my opinion, I don't want to give this more attention than it already has. Clickbait.
I'm so sorry, Emily. You know that I love you, and because of that, I definitely have to do a response to this dumpster fire of a response that was done to you. But I am going to do it in a different way and with all of the respect to you. We all love you in the anti-MLM community, Emily. Now let's do it. Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Beth, or Queen of Spade. Please do give this video a like, subscribe if you're new here. Now, without further ado, let's throw some Spade. Just a quick little disclaimer before we get started here. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. Please do not find anyone shown in the videos and send them any hate, especially Emily, okay? We are an anti-bullying channel as well as an anti-multi-level marketing channel. Do not find the Hun discussed in this video. I do not condone any hate, even towards the Karens that may attack under these videos. I can take them myself. Thank you. Without further ado, let's go. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've just been here talking to you because it just has been. However, my hair is like a mess today. I've been trying to repair my hair from like years of bleaching and breakage the last few years. And it's taking forever. Don't bleach your hair for 20 years. Just don't do it. Don't do it. So, speaking of hair, what a great intro to get us into what we're going to be talking about today. I'm sure you all already know what we're going to be talking about because you clicked on the video. It's in the title. It's in the thumbnail. Like, I know, guys. I know. But, of course, I do just have to do a little disclaimer here. Now, I have done an Emily Leah video in the past. You have probably watched it. If not, you can go check it out. I'll link it. However, I pissed off the anti-MLM community with my video because it had a clickbaity title. And they were like, "We came here for blood because we thought you were coming for our Emily Leah." And I was like, no, guys, it was kind of a clickbaity title because I thought it would be funny because it would just be freaking funny. And what she said triggered me. I got right mad over it. However, it wasn't actually Emily that triggered me. And so people were kind of like, "I'm coming for blood." And then they watched like the first couple minutes and they were like, "Oh, she's not even mad at Emily. Well, okay, I guess I'm subscribing or something then." So it was just kind of funny to me. I still hear about it. I actually just recently got a question under that video that was like, "Why do you have such a clickbaity title?" And I was like, haha, did it get you? Gotcha, huh? That was just my way of like joking with the community. If you know me, you know I'm just usually all jokes. So there's that. However, Emily herself has never once ever messaged me about the video. She's never been upset about the video. She doesn't care that I did the video, as far as I know. I didn't play any of Emily's clips in that video because I wasn't mad at Emily. I was mad at something she said. And I didn't feel the need to also play the clip of what she said because most of my subs are actually subbed to Emily. A lot of my subscribers are already subbed to Illuminati. They're already subbed to Savannah, Marie, Monica S. I'm not going to mispronounce her last name with my speech thing because that would just be rude. And I love you, Monica. Talk to Monica quite often. Same with like the Foxhole, Emily Leah. You guys are also subbed to Savvy Writes Books, who's another person that I absolutely love. A lot of you are subbed to Kiki. So I didn't feel the need to, put Emily up. I was like, by the time my subscribers or really anyone else watches this video on Emily, they would have already watched Emily's video. She's far more popular than me out here. She's been doing it longer. She has thousands of subscribers compared to me. You know, I'm just a little teeny tiny creator over here compared to her. Everyone's watching her first anyway. And again, I don't throw Spade at that. I actually don't mind that you guys go watch those videos before you watch mine. I'm the newest one. It doesn't bother me. I really am the newest one out here as far as I know. There might be a couple people that are just starting out right now, but you know, I started out middle of October. I believe Monica started in September. So like she kind of started, made it really big, and then I slowly kind of started as well. So at that time, I was the newest creator doing anti-MLM, so it was like, you guys are all gonna watch Emily before you come watch me anyway, so you already know that she mentioned that in her video, and I'm not lying, and I'm talking about how I didn't like how the girl was signed up for 3 MLMs before she was 19. She's got her shit together. You can even tell emotionally she's got her shit pretty together, right? Like she's cool. So you know, it was like Emily doing 3 MLMs kind of freaked me out because she was so young, and I was like, they preyed on her so hard. And not everyone, I definitely wasn't, not everyone, which was kind of my point, not everybody at 19 is going to be where Emily is at 19. And so my worry was for the people that were normal 19-year-olds like me. That are as mature as Emily, and although I was out on my own for a while at 19 too, I still wasn't in a mind frame where Emily is. Emily's in a very good emotional place compared to where I was at 19, and because of that I think on that and I go, oh my god, if it had been me instead, I would have maxed out like 6 credit cards, I would have been in debt, I would have been taken so advantage of by these MLMs. Thank God Emily was smarter than I would have been, but there's other 19-year-olds in the world that are more like me than Emily maybe that need to hear, yo, that's not cool. They shouldn't be getting you to sign on so young. Emily's not someone that's going to be like, oh, you made a video on me or mentioned me in your video, I'm going to be pissed about it. She's not like that. That's not why she's upset. She's not upset over the fact that she was mentioned and shown in the video. That's not what's got her upset. Now, I have taken some notes because me making this video, I want to be as respectful to Emily as I can be, because like I just brought up, Emily is a very, very good, emotionally mature 19-year-old that can stand on her own 2 feet. She can stick up for herself. She really doesn't need any of us to talk on this for her. I think what it is a lot of us are just kind of taken aback at the personal attacks and at the fact that it was a very badly researched response when we know that Emily does her research. And it was just a little insulting to watch somebody that was a Hunbot tear apart Emily Leah for her views and opinions and her facts based on nothing, based on their own website, which we'll get into in a moment. Is that what we're going with? I have an issue with this already. We haven't even read the good stuff yet. Okay. And again, personal attacks. So I think that's what got all of us riled up. And that's why if you're in the anti-MLM community, I'm sure that you are watching lots of videos of us reacting to this.
Because I know that some people want to post reaction videos, so I felt like this one was just right to get up first.
I wanted to personally wait as long as I could to put out a video on this. I definitely wanted to wait until Emily did a video on this. I want to do it from my own personal point of view. So the first thing that I want to say is that Emily had to put out her video first with her opinions. If you have not yet watched Emily's video on this that she put out herself on it, please pause mine, go watch hers. I'm going to leave the link in the description. It will be the first one I leave. Go watch it and then come back and watch mine. It is not fair if you're watching my opinions before you're watching Emily's opinions. Don't do that. Never do that. Please always go and watch. If I do a video on someone, go check them out even before you come watch my video on it. Go see for yourself before you come believe what I say. Always, 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 if someone's telling a story on their own experience, listen to that person before you listen to other people, right? So watch that video first. The other thing I want to say is that this video that I'm making right now is not in any way anything that Emily Leah feels, thinks, believes, anything like that. I am not speaking for Emily Leah or at small AntiMLM Angel, who she collabed with. Go follow that person too. I've checked them out. I'm following them. Great page. Go check them out. Good friends with Emily Leah, so must be an awesome person, right? So I am not speaking for them at all. I don't want anyone to ever think that I am speaking for the two of them. If any MLM Huns out there are watching this, if you want to respond to this video, you're not responding to Emily, you're responding to Queen of Spade. You're responding to me and my thoughts on what happened with Emily and the Monat Hunbot. So I just have to put that out there because these are my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions, and I don't speak for Emily Leah or small AntiMLM Angel at all. I don't speak for them. They speak for themselves. They're very capable of doing so. I don't like drama. If you've been here for a little while, you know that I have experienced nothing but drama since beginning of December. I stupidly was one of the first people to publicly mention that Chris Hansen probably wasn't working with the FBI and that I didn't believe that the evidence was all handed in back beginning of December. I also spoke out against the anti-Onision community being predatory in terms of trying to cancel people that don't deserve it, in terms of mob attacking people that maybe say something they don't like, have a difference of opinion, in terms of doxing and attacking even the followers of Onision. I just personally feel like in that situation, you shouldn't be. It's the same as here in MLMs. Like we always say, don't go attack the Huns because that's not going to help get them out of the MLM. The goal is to help save them from the harmful MLMs, right? So if you go at them like, rah, 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 then they're not going to want to come to you when they leave. They need a safe place to come to ask questions. They need a safe place to come for the information. They need a safe place to come to throw some spade and have some fun and blow off steam, because that definitely needs to be done, especially when you first leave. It's crazy therapeutic. I highly recommend it. And that's kind of why the AntiMLM Reddit is so popular and so bumping, because it's pretty therapeutic. It helps you kind of laugh at yourself and laugh at what you were doing when you were in the MLMs. And for a lot of us, comedy ends up being therapy. Again, I don't like drama. I don't like personal attacks. I know that me, myself, I'll get really, really triggered and then start doing it back. And then I end up hating myself for it because I'm not that type of person. But when people are personally attacking you, it's very, very hard to constantly not do it back. And I'm definitely guilty of doing that in my life. I can admit to that. However, for me, if you want to talk to somebody about an opinion or a theory or something that you don't agree with, the worst way to go about it is to come at them in a personal attack or call them names like, Onision lover or little sweetheart who just runs a Shopify business or something like that.
My problem with her video. For starters, this person tried to make claims of, I love Emily, I love her content, she'd be amazing in an MLM, but being passive aggressive and belittling people with comments is still personal attacks. And I think personal attacks are so funny in this video because it's very much a backhanded slap with a lot of things.
It is not helpful. If you are going to come at somebody's opinion or belief about something, the best way to do it is respectfully and to be like, yo, listen, this is what's going on, which, then you try to do that. And I get it if you try to do that for months and nobody listens and then you start flipping out again. I've been there. That being said, I also just want to bring up that Emily has handled this extremely, extremely well and with complete maturity in class. Another thing I want to bring up is that what pissed me off about this video is, now, Emily respects everybody out here. she respects every Hun, more so than I do in some ways. I don't blur out certain faces that are big influencers because they're huge influencers, and a lot of time I'm actually kind of trying to expose the fact that huge influencers are trying to get their fans to sign up for MLM.
Even though my face was not blurred out originally, that's fine and dandy, I don't care. But for this, I still will stick by leaving people anonymous, even though this video has gotten out, and I'm sure people will say who it is.
So Emily blurs out all the faces of any of the Huns that she is going to react to. She blurs out all the names of the people in her videos. I've even not blurred it out a couple times in videos. I had a video I put up once that was anti-MLM, and for some reason all the stickers, because I use stickers, but I try not to do that now because this happened to me. And for some reason, like in my upload, I missed it. New creator, I'm sorry. You make mistakes and you learn out here sometimes. That's kind of how you learn. I'm okay with it. I have no problem being like, yo, I made a mistake. You gotta get really good at that if you're gonna be doing this. Alright? So, the whole thing is, Emily blurs out everybody's face. Emily blurs out everybody's name. Emily is very good about blurring out everything. She tries to be as respectful as she can whenever doing that. And I had a really big issue because when I went and clicked on this woman's video, Emily wasn't blurred. Now, I have an issue with that. Emily doesn't even really have an issue with that. My only issue with that, though, is if you are going to be doing personal attacks, lady, you better blur out that person. Like, it's okay to be sassy and to throw Spade, like I call it. I know some people think it's corny. That was kind of the point, is that it was supposed to be corny. Anyway, some people don't get my humor. That's fine. I'm not for everyone. Whatever. But the whole thing is, like, if she's going to be respectful and blur out faces every time that she's doing her thing, I think that the least you can do is be respectful and blur her out if you are going to be getting a little bit personal. That's just me. However, I do know that there are commentary channels that commentate. They don't blur out faces. That's fine. However, these channels, when they do what people might call personal attacks, they tend to be in humor, in comedy. It's very noticeable. It's comedic. People like James Marriott do commentary videos and talk about other YouTubers, but then he'll be funny if he's doing kind of like an insult. It will be in a funny comedic way, and a lot of people will say, like, I know Leon Lush and I'm Alex especially have done this often, where they've been like, yo, go like follow this person, I'm not actually being a dick about them, or like, I don't have any personal problem with them as long as they're not hurting anyone. That kind of stuff gets said a lot. So if the personal attacks aren't actually, they don't feel as personal. Coming from me, someone who's gotten so many personal attacks and had my whole life ripped apart recently, I can tell you it doesn't do anything for anyone. It doesn't help. It just is classless. And going after someone personally makes it so that they don't even want to hear your point anymore about what they're saying because you've attacked them personally. So it's like, now I just don't like you because you're a bitch. So I have an issue with the personal attack thing. I have an issue with not talking to the person before you're doing a video on them. Sorry, Emily. I'll probably end up writing you on IG after this just to be like, yo, I'm gonna do this. However, it just bugs me, okay? It bugs me. And you should at least get a statement from the person. And if you're gonna do a video about their life outside of their content on YouTube, if they're a YouTuber, you definitely need to talk to them and ask them for their side. And don't do biased research. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that. So the other thing that I had an issue with is that this Hunbot is basically from Monat. We all know how much I love Monat. I've done a video on the lawsuits with Monat, and I even let out a song. Your hair will fall out. Yeah, I'm meant to. Your hair will fall out. You can already go bald, then your hair will fall out. Don't spend $99. Your hair will fall out. They're trying to rip you off. Don't use Monat. It's an awesome song, right? I like it. I wish I did it better though, but whatever. First song, give me a break. New. Remember, I'm new. Everyone keeps reminding me I'm new, but then they don't ever give me any slack for being new. It's very interesting. Anyway, this whole thing about Monat is I'm already beefing with this company. Okay, I've been beefing with them for a little bit because of my song, because of my lawsuit video. Some of the Huns don't like me right now. I get it. That's fine. You guys don't have to. But when your hair falls out, I might not say I told you so, but anyway. Every single anti-MLM creator out here has done a video on Monat. The other thing about this that bugs me is I feel like Emily is the anti-MLM sweetheart. Emily is the sweet one. She's the one that kind of doesn't really come for people as much. Like, you know, Savannah Marie and I are a little bit sassier, and we swear and stuff sometimes, you know. And so in terms of creators out here doing anti-MLM, I have to be honest with you, Emily is kind of like the most PG rated one. She's very sweet. She doesn't like come for them. She'll be sassy and funny in her videos. Yeah. Emily is a sweetheart out here, and so I wondered to myself, out of all of the anti-MLM people that you could have done a video on, why did you pick Emily Leah? Why didn't you pick one of the other big YouTubers? I'm not even talking about me. Like, I don't blame you for not noticing me. I'm really small. But you could have done a video on Savannah. You could have done a video on Kiki. You could have done a video on Monica. You could have done a video responding to Illuminati. There are so many people out here that have done Monat videos going against Monat and what they stand for, and you'll choose to do one on Emily Leah. Now, some of you might be like, why is that? Why would that be? What does this have to do with anything? My whole thing is, was she an easy target for you? Did you think you were going to go do a video on Emily Leah and she was just going to be like, okay, cool, and just take it and let you put all that information out there about the stuff that she said and just move on with her life? Is that what you thought? So you thought you'd be all smart and do a video on the anti-MLM sweetheart, thinking that she didn't know how to stand on her own 2 feet and stick up for yourself, and thinking that like the rest of us wouldn't be like, what the fuck is this? Because that was silly of you. You obviously don't know Emily Leah at all if you thought that you were getting an easy target by doing a video on Emily Leah. I did. That's sad. As soon as I kind of started watching it, that's like the first thing I thought is I was like, but why Emily? Why Emily? Out of everyone, why Emily? And then it kind of like hit me, you know? I was like, oh. That's why. I see you. I see you, chick. Seriously though, imagine if she did that video on Kiki or Savannah. How different that would have been in the response. It would have not have been as classy, no offense to them. But like, I'm pretty sure Savannah would have told you to off out of here, okay? You got a classy response from Emily in comparison to how I would have responded to you. I mean, let's be real. Look at how I'm responding to you now. So that sat weird with me. I don't like that. I felt like you were trying to go after the most vulnerable person that does anti-MLM stuff, although Emily isn't vulnerable at all, and I'm pretty sure she just showed you that. But it was still like, lady, what are you trying to pull out here? Huh, Hunbot? Go take a seat. Another issue I had with this video is that this woman tried to talk down on Emily's age. I'm going to tell you right now, I've met a lot of 19-year-olds. I was 19. I can tell you right now that for 19-year-olds, Emily's pretty fucking mature and has her shit together, like I've already said. I've said this. I've done a couple videos where I've said this now. I'll keep saying it to you. Until you Hunbots get it, I'll keep saying it to you. She's not the one. She's not the girl to be talking about how she's only 19. And she's also not the girl to be shaming for not having children. Excuse me. mother to, are you a mom? Do you have kids, lady? Do you have kids? Do ya? Do you teach them how to do research like you do? Because here's my thing. What the heck does the kids have to do with anything? I always have an issue right off the bat if you want to bring kids into things. I got an issue. I've had some people trying to bring my kid into things recently. I have an issue. You want to threaten my kid? I'm going to go mama bear on you. And sure, some people are mad at me for that. But hey, Vince Nicotra, don't mess with my kid. All right? So right off the bat, you mentioning kids in any kind of internet drama is going to have me going, listen here, lady. And secondly, I want to know what having kids... Is Emily supposed to have kids at 19 in order to understand the world at 19? Okay, how does that make sense? You do realize Emily would be smarter if she didn't have kids right now, right? She waited a little while, you know, her and her man really got, I don't know, are they married? Got married maybe, I don't know if that's what she wants to do, but like, got financially stable more, she's well on her way, and then maybe she'll have kids in like 5-6 years. Lady! Who are you to talk down on somebody because they don't have children?
Also saying, Emily, darling, one day you'll grow up and have your own children.
Could you imagine if I just, like, as a mom, just dismissed anyone that talked to me because they weren't a mom as well? So they apparently you just don't understand life unless you're a mom. I mean, come on. That has nothing to do with anything. And let me tell you, Emily Leah's kids, when she does have them, will see what she's doing out on this platform, and they'll be a lot more proud of their mom than any of the children that are selling MLMs. I'll say it. I don't care. We already know I'm sassy. I'll throw the spade, and it will hit you. Whatever. The other thing I obviously had an issue with is your little speech at the beginning where you go on and on and on about how much you love Emily and think that her business is good, and then you later on try to rip apart the fact that she has her business.
And I'm going to quote again. She called it a little Shopify store. Belittling, that's an example.
Lady, you do know Emily runs her very own business. She is the CEO of her own company. Yeah, at 19. And yeah, without kids, like that has something to do with it. And she's very successful there, especially for 19. I'm not doing that at 33, and you're not doing that in an MLM. So what are we throwing Spade at Emily for with this? That's just silly. Bye. So when I watched Emily's video and I realized that this lady was actually the lady that runs cheeseslave.com, and that was one of the websites she left in the description as her source. It's like, I'm my own source. I'm my only source. Come check me out. See, like, I'm the sassy one over here. Anyway, I was just like, oh my god. Now I have to do a video on this and that website. So guess what we're going to be looking at right now? Did you guess the website? If I am going to be doing a video response, I am going to have to be looking at this person's website. I'm very sorry, but we got to do it. So, cheeseslave.com is run by the person that did their response video to Emily Leah. It's obviously connected to Monat. We all know how much I love it. We just talked about that. So, let's just take a little look at basically what this person is saying on their website. I'm not going to go through the about me just because, again, I don't believe in the whole personal attack thing. So I don't feel like we need to know more about this person in a response video like this. This isn't a personal attack. I just want to kind of see how big into Monat they are. I do not blur out someone's face if they are a really large influencer. You guys know that I've made videos on Chris Hansen. I've made videos on Tom Brooks from 90 Day Fiancé, and I've even made a Sister Wives video. So, you know, I am not going to, however, show this person's face today because Emily does not show faces. Product reviews because I honestly want to see what is on this person's website. And the first thing that I see is that basically there's the Monat lawsuits in 2018, the full story. Now, I want to see what this is, because what is this? What are you going to tell me about the Monat full story that I would need to know? Let's take a look at that first and foremost, because we all know that I know all about the Monat lawsuits. I did a video on them, so let's see what this person has to say. They say, have you been hearing about the Monat lawsuits? I keep seeing the same comments on social media. It's always the same refrain. Monat causes hair loss. There have been a lot of Monat lawsuits. We've only heard part of the story, and there are still a lot of rumors being spread online. Who'll be spreading rumors? Are you saying that the anti-MLM community is spreading rumors? We're not spreading rumors. You can look up these lawsuits. They're public information, and many of us have compiled it and then put it into blogs, videos. We've posted about them on social media, etc. There's not a rumor. The company getting sued. We talk about the lawsuits. Not a rumor. That's part of the issue here, is that you guys do the rumors, we do the facts, then you get all mad, and then it's just something like this. So let's see what else this person has to say. It's time to lay out the facts. I already did, but like all of us have, but okay. Yes, there were a lot of Monat lawsuits last year in 2018. And yes, there has been a lot of press about these lawsuits. But does the press ever talk about the verdicts? 4 of the lawsuits have been settled so far in Monat's favor. And just because there are lawsuits does not mean the claims made are true. Is there actually any evidence that Monat causes hair loss? The way our court system works here in the USA, you are innocent until proven guilty. Are you sure? Are you sure that's how the court system works in the USA, sweetie? Because I've been experiencing the exact opposite from people in the USA lately, let me tell you. In this post, I'll tell you the whole story of what happened last year. How 4 hairdressers started a dumpster fire on Facebook, which led to 15 Monat lawsuits, and what the status is of all these lawsuits. So it was a big frame job by people that were mad because they were hairdressers? Is that what we're going with? I have an issue with this already. We haven't even read the good stuff yet. Okay. If you're not familiar with Monat, it is a direct sales company. Is that what you want to call it? A direct sales company? Let's actually call it what it really is. It's a multi-level marketing company. A direct sales company is a company that hires people to sell their products. They pay them good wages. They either get an hourly wage plus commission, or they get just an hourly wage. And if they do get commission, the commission is attainable. They can work and actually make it. In the MLM business model, it's not attainable. You're working. You're lucky if you're making a good commission. And so there's a big difference between direct sales and multi-level marketing. I've done both in my life. I'm 33. I've had a lot of jobs in my time. I've been working since high school. I can tell you that direct sales, legit company jobs. MLMs, non-legit stay-at-home jobs. We got an issue with that. First off, that's not what it is. It's a multi-level marketing company. not a direct sales company. There's a difference. First things first. All right. It sells naturally based salon quality hair care. You can read my Monat review here. So right off the bat, you're biased because you are working for the company. So you're obviously going to say that it's a good company. And notice how I said you're working for the company, not you own the company. You're not the CEO of Monat. So little biased. And the other thing is that who says it's salon quality hair care? The people that work for it and the company. The thing is, most hairdressers will actually tell you not to use Monat. As you even pointed out yourself, you're blaming for hairdressers for starting a dumpster fire Facebook. For what? Speaking the truth about the products? That's what I feel. And so yeah, you can say it's salon quality hair care all you want, and the company can all they want, but when the salons aren't actually saying so, there's an issue. She says, I've been an independent Monat market partner, meaning I promote Monat and earn a commission similar to affiliate marketing, MLM, since September 2017. I am extremely careful not to promote anything that is unhealthy, and as a result, I researched these lawsuits extensively to see if there was any merit to any of the claims being made. If there were any truth to these claims, I would stop promoting Monat. Okay, so we have post after post after post after post of people using these products, having their hair fall out, getting sores on their scalp. Some of them have done lawsuits. Not everyone can afford to go and do a lawsuit, by the way. It costs money to do a lawsuit, and not everyone can afford it, especially if they've just been taken for thousands of dollars by an MLM. It can be difficult. So you're telling me that you researched these lawsuits extensively, you missed the hundreds of posts of people actually showing that they had fine hair, that their scalps were normal, they used Monat, and then their hair's falling out, and they got sores on their scalp. They stop using Monat, and they get better, and you're claiming that you researched these lawsuits extensively to see if there was any merit and came back with, no, there is none. So did you just ignore the hundreds of people that have spoken out about this? Like, that's the thing. You researched it biasly. When you did your research, there's such thing as bias research. That's when you do research looking for the answer to your theory. You cannot research with it in your mind only to prove your theory right. You have to be willing to have your theory proven wrong. You have to be okay if you are doing things like this and you are talking about research theories. I do it a lot. You have to be okay afterwards if the theory's wrong. You have to be okay with coming out and saying, I researched my theory. I didn't find enough information to back it up. And because of that, I'm deciding that no. But you can't go in there only wanting to prove yourself right. And I feel like that's what you did here. Correct me if I'm wrong. You probably will be doing videos on everybody now. So correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what this sounds like to me, because I myself have also done extensive research into Monat. So have many of us. And see, we didn't ignore that. We didn't ignore you guys saying that the company was amazing and fabulous and made you money either. But we also looked into the income disclosure statement, what the Federal Trades Commission says about it. We looked into all these posts, people's personal experiences, and we looked at things outside of the website and the promotional tools. I feel like you only looked at that and then, just decided that since some of the lawsuits didn't go through, that means that they weren't true or something. And that's not how that works either, by the way. Now I gotta go see my daughter. Yeah? What, sweetheart? This is a long post. I have broken it up into multiple pages so it loads faster. I am including a table of contents so you can jump down to the various sections. You can also scroll to the bottom of each page to click through to the next page. Thank you for explaining to me how the internet works. See what happens? You go after the anti-MLM sweetheart, and then you have people like me, who's a major bitch, wanting to respond to you. So here we have a full list of cases, and we've already looked at a bunch of these cases, gone through a bunch of them. I have a video on it. So it says 11 of the lawsuits are class action lawsuits initiated by consumers against Monat. Now listen, 11 of them are customers. If 11 customers afforded to be able to come forward and do lawsuits, is it not weird to think, because this is kind of how stats and stuff works, you have to understand that as well if you want to talk about this, by the way. At least just research it a little bit, sweetheart. So 11 people were able to come forward and do a lawsuit. Is it not weird to think that there's like 1,100 people out there that have had the same experience? It's just, like I brought up, not everyone can afford to go and do a lawsuit. And the fact that 11 people have came forward and said, these products ruined my hair, is that not something you should at least be a little bit iffy about then when it comes to the company? I mean, 11 people have tried to sue this company over damage to their hair. I don't want to be the 12th one, so I'm just going to stay away, thank you. Maybe that's just me, though. It says 4 of the lawsuits are defamation lawsuits initiated by Monat against 4 women, 3 hairdressers selling competitor products, and 1 former Monat market partner. Listen. These 3 hairdressers did not come for Monat because they're selling competitor products. They came for Monat because they're hairdressers. They know what's good for your hair. They've looked into Monat, and they've decided that no, they could never sell them at their salons. It's actually a very dangerous product. I'm sure they've even had their own customers of their salons be like, yo, I was using that stuff and now my hair's damaged. Can you please help me fix it? And I'm sure as hairdressers, they finally got fed up of it and went, we're going to start speaking out against this company so that it stops ruining our clients' hair. And then they say that there's 1 former Monat market partner. Yes. You have several former people for Monat that are actually in the anti-MLM community. I myself have talked to many of them. They have all left Monat because the business model doesn't make them money. They have found out about the lawsuits and they went, oh my god, there's 11 lawsuits? I don't want to now add to that and ruin people's hair, so they left. Then, of course, started speaking out against the company. Some of them have been more vocal than others, and the companies tend to go after the people that are always the most vocal and the people that are speaking out and getting the most traction from society. So if you're out here speaking out on these companies, even out here on YouTube, like I am right now, you will often have a company try to shut you up. It's a known fact that anti-MLM people that are very vocal and loud about companies, they tend to have a company come and say, hey, we're going to sue you if you don't stop talking about us. It's actually happened quite a few times. And so that's probably why that former Monat market partner got a lawsuit initiated by Monat. Does the fact that Monat initiated the lawsuit mean that they're innocent and that these people are awful people and that they deserve to get sued because they were just trying to mess up the company. No. Monat was trying to shut these people up from speaking out against the harm that they do, like many MLM companies have tried to shut up anti-MLM people for speaking out against the companies, like we do. So let's just get that out of the way. Yes, these are all of the lawsuits here. We've talked about all of them already. I don't really want to go into it. I just want to know why she thinks, basically that it's not true. So she basically explains what each of the lawsuit is. We already know what a defamation lawsuit is. That's when you go after somebody for talking about your character, and it can actually cause you issues with. It has to be slanderous, and it also usually has to involve you losing money. So the company would say that these people discussing Monat products being harmful actually prevented them from selling Monat to as many people as they would have had these people not spoken out. That's basically what they have to prove. So it's like, you know, if you try to cancel a YouTuber and you go around slandering them and then they lose future promotions, then they can sue you for defamatory damage. That's also how that works. So, are we doing a summary on Monat? Because, Jesus Christ. It was founded on October 2014 by the Urdaneta family, American citizens with roots in Venezuela. It is actually a subsidiary of the parent company, the Alcora Corporation. It's the Uber of hair care brands. I don't know about that, but okay. Leading shampoo brands in the United States as of 2018. I don't see Monat. What are we trying to prove with this? Hold on. Am I missing something? Okay, so they're claiming that Monat's annual revenue is 3 times that of the biggest US hair care company, which, as you can see, is OGX, which is owned by Johnson & Johnson. Now, could that be because if you're working for Monat, you are your greatest customer, whereas if you're working for Johnson & Johnson, you don't have to buy their products every month in order to work for them? So, literally, if you're working for the MLM, you're buying the products. I don't know if that proves anything other than you guys make people buy the products that work for the company when these companies do not. They rely solely on the sales of consumers. I don't know what these people are what she's trying to prove with all this. We do science! You know how much I love that, right? Monat is no slouch when it comes to science. The quality of their products, as well as their remarkable growth, has attracted respected leaders in the beauty industry, as well as highly esteemed scientists. Last year, Monat hired Alan J. Myers as its chief science officer, with 30 years of experience in the beauty industry at companies including L'Oreal, Revlon, Elizabeth Arden, and Avon. Mr. Myers holds 23 patents and is the recipient of the Human Biology Association Lifetime Achievement Award. That's all fine and dandy. He was doing great until he worked for Avon. And then Monat. Why did you do that to yourself, man? You're like the Chris Hansen of hair care companies. It's like, just go ruin your career working for crappy ones. All right, then. All right. Dear Dr. Antonella Tosti, MD, professor of dermatology and cutaneous surgery. Cutaneous. I'm just scared. Surgery at the University of Miami, and the author of over 700 scientific publications, joined the Monat Scientific Advisory Board. The Scientific Advisory Board. We do science! You claim to be a scientist, you can work for a bunch of companies, and then they'll pay you to work for their company. And the people want a job, so they'll work for the company. If they're working for the company, they usually have to do the work that the company sets out for them to do. So they're not really going to be working for Monat and then disproving Monat. They'll biasly do the science for Monat. And that's the truth with that, unfortunately. That's what happens. So then they're talking about hairdressers and how hairdressers are selling competitive products. So that's why they won't sell them in their salons. I feel like it's for a different reason, but again, that's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know what the point of this is. It didn't really prove much to me. I don't want to sit here and go through every single part, because I feel like it's just going to jump me down to the parts we just went through. But this did not in any way prove to me that the Monat lawsuits were all fake. I don't know. Now, when you go to shop Monat on the website, you get cheeseslave.mymonat.com. And it's just a link to the Monat website. A lot of people trying to sell the product saying that if their hair is falling out, it's detoxing. So these people claim that, hair doesn't fall out, but then they'll be like, but your hair will fall out and it will be detoxing. So there's that. It's obviously a very big problem. There's not much to this person's website. It's all very biased. It's, of course, someone that is doing Monat, and they want to prove that Monat is a good company. I'm sorry, that website gave me a headache. The same as all the other MLM websites that I look at all the time, all day long. I research a lot, and it's just like, people are like, why are you online all the time? I'm like, because I literally just research online my whole life. I'm just researching. I don't really have much else to say. I don't want to speak on behalf of Emily like I keep bringing up. I just really, if you're going to do a video about somebody, you should actually check them out and talk about facts and not just do opinions and fiction. However, I've given you my opinion on what I thought about her response to Emily. I loved Emily's video that she did that this lady was responding to. I watch almost all of Emily's videos. She lets out a lot of videos, so I might miss one every once in a while, but I do watch all of Emily Leah's videos myself, usually after I've already recorded mine for the week. And we all do that. None of us want to say the same things in the same week. I will sometimes though check out the Foxhole, and I have very similar posts sometimes. And so sometimes I will watch hers just to see if she's bringing up too many of the same posts I am in videos, because it's happened in the past where I realized that she and I have 3 or 4 of the same slides, and we it's by accident. But I'm the new one, so it's up to me to redo my parts of the video so that it's not too repetitive for the viewers, and I do that. So that's the only time that I might watch before I do my own video is a case like that. Whereas Emily Leah, her videos are different than mine. She usually does a lot of Hun React videos, and although I have a couple like that, she very much gets her own stuff to react to. We've never really had a similar video like that, so I tend to wait to watch hers afterwards. But when I did watch that video of hers, which I watched when she let it out, very shortly after, within a couple days, I enjoyed it. I was like, this is a really good video, and she always does research. She's always someone that takes notes, and you can often see that she'll be looking down at notes when she's talking. Most of us have notes. In the anti-MLM community, we got notebooks upon notebooks. Do you want me to go get all my notebooks? I have this is my small one. This is my small notebook when I'm doing just an opinion piece or telling my story with MLMs. I'll use this one. I have another one for lawsuits. I have another one for just regular anti-MLM script. Then I have another notebook for the other stuff I do. Then I got another notebook with just research upon research of statistics and facts. Then I got another notebook of personal experience stuff. And then I got file folders on my computer that are full of Reddit posts and Facebook posts and Instagram posts and all the different kinds of posts you can post on MLMs. I got anti-MLM communities and memes in folders. I got research for years, and this channel is basically me trying to put it all together and then get it out into the world, because my carpal tunnel is too bad for me to write, and I should really stop talking with my hands like this all the time, because that's probably not helping me either. But I don't want to keep talking about this because Emily has already done a video on it. I just had to react. As someone that's been personally attacked recently, been brought into drama recently, so I kind of know what that feels like, and so I feel for Emily with that. And then also, as someone that's in the anti-MLM community and would expect we don't mind if you make videos on what we're saying, but at least try to provide some proof. I know it's hard, because there's not a lot out there saying MLMs are really, really super good, and that everyone's great in it. So often, all you have is the company website. But can you guys please start, doing real data and stuff? Because, our data consists of the Federal Trades Commission. FBI just did a bulletin now and a whole write-up about MLMs on their website. I don't know, maybe you should listen to the FBI before you listen to Hunty from Monat. Just a thought. And so my whole thing is, at least come at us for what we're talking about in the anti-MLM community. If you are going to talk about the things we're talking about, come at the facts that we're dropping. Or even if you want to rebuttal, the posts or something, at least come and try to explain what these Hunbots are actually doing in the post when we make fun of them, or something like that, okay? But don't just do a video where you're like, she doesn't know what she's talking about, follow all my links, and then you'll know that she's wrong, because I got an issue with that. That's not even a rebuttal video. That's just I want to make fun of Emily Leah video, and I'm getting really sick of watching people make these videos to just make fun of people anyway out here on YouTube. It's a problem. That whole thing needs to stop. That's not what the anti-MLM community is doing. We're not out here actually making fun of people. We use commentary community uses comedy and commentary. Yeah. So it's different. It's a different kind of thing than to just be personal attacks and check out all my websites for the information. So underneath this video, in the description, I am going to leave a bunch of information. I am going to leave a bunch of links where you can go and check out for yourself how people feel about MLMs, what the actual places, good sources say about MLMs. I'm going to leave a link to the lawsuits. I'm also going to leave a link to my video on the lawsuits, probably leave it at the end of this video, because, again, that's based on facts. Those lawsuits happen. We read through all of them, what they are, what they were for. You'll know. And it's better research than that website article that we just went through about it, because yeah. So please do give this video a like, subscribe if you're new. If you haven't subscribed to Emily Leah yet, please make sure that you do. And no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, I hope that you all have a fabulous day. On Wednesday, we're going to be looking at more MLM lawsuits, because they're a thing. They're getting sued. All of them keep getting sued. And then people want to act like there's no lawsuits. So I think we're going to be looking at LuLaRoe. So do come check me out on Wednesday if you want to look at some LuLaRoe lawsuits. And I will see you then. Take care, guys. Bye.
I just really think that this goes for everything in life, you know? You can either grow from something or let it crush you. It's your choice.